Is that Brian Bosworth, Stone Cold 1991? What's up, nerds? Welcome back to Real Reserve, where we talk about all things related to movies and physical media. Today, we're gonna be switching it up just a bit. I've got my iPad here, so let's take a look at Blu-ray.com at some upcoming releases and see if there's anything good. As always, if you like what you see in this video, make sure to give it a like. Without further ado, grab yourself something cold to drink and let's get into it. Let's see what we've got here on the homepage to start off. Boogie Nights on sale, 4K, $11.99. Jurassic World 7 movie collection. Batman 4 film collection on 4K. Let's take a look at that one actually. All the Batman films from, it looks like 1989 to 1997 for $32. That's pretty cool. I've seen some people on TikTok that had this collection, and I think it looks really nice up on a shelf. But with that being said, I'm never going to relent on the fact that Christian Bale is, and always will be, the best Batman. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at The Elephant Man on 4K. Now only $24.98. Pre-order July 7th. So that one's coming up pretty soon. Let's take a look at the packaging and what comes with it. I think that artwork is awesome. It's like we've got a booklet inside and then 2 discs, of course the 4K and the Blu-ray. Let's change gears and let's go over to the release calendar and see what we've got coming in the next few weeks. Cannibal Girls, a limited edition variant slipcover. I've never seen this one before, but it looks pretty ridiculous. 6.3 on IMDb. That's pretty interesting. Seems like a good slasher. One Battle After Another on 4K. Flintstones on 4K. Creep Tapes Season 2. That's pretty cool, although I haven't finished the first season yet, admittedly. Dick NATO, we're not gonna be clicking on that. For the purposes of this video, I might check that one out later on my own time. Shoestring Slashers Part 2 Blu-ray. Never heard of that one before. I'm gonna be honest, that looks like it's probably terrible. But I guess to each their own. It does have a 6.2 rating out of 11 ratings. That is 60%, okay, limited to 2,000 units. Includes a fold-out poster. It really makes me think of the hash-slinging slasher, shoestring slashers, hash-slinging, slash-bringing slashers. See what else we've got. Scream 4, not really interested in that, to be honest. The Patriot 4K Steelbook that came out on June 9th, that looks pretty cool. Did you guys watch that movie in like middle school history class, or was that just us? We were forced to watch this one in class, and of course, I actually ended up liking it. I thought it was a really good movie. I own it on DVD. So the 4K Steelbook of this would be cool to add to the collection as well. $37.99. I think that's a little bit rich for my taste on that, but that would be a good pickup on sale. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy from Arrow. I have that one. That's an awesome box set that you should definitely pick up if you haven't already. Night of Bloody Horror, 1969. Okay, looks like this one came out on June 9th as well. Again, never heard of that one before, don't know anything about it, but the cover art is definitely eye-catching. From the man with the hatchet over on the left side, that's really giving me like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. Let's go back. Now let's scroll up into the future. June 30th, so this will be next week. Child's Play 4K Steelbook, that looks pretty nice. Mortal Kombat Collection 4K. Thought that one was already out, but it must have just been a pre-sale. Tomorrow, that I thought that was the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo whenever I first saw it. Deathstalker triple feature. Let's check that out. $54.99. Hot damn. I'm not familiar with the Deathstalker series. If you know anything about those movies and you happen to like them, let me know that down in the comments. Back on the week of June 30th, Zombie 1979. Haven't seen that one before, but I definitely want to watch it. So that might be one to pick up next week. The Lift, that one seems pretty cool as well. Haven't seen it before either. 1983. Available for pre-order for $29. It's not too bad. Check out the artwork. Of course, that scales horribly on an iPad in landscape mode, so let's get the hell off of that. Let's go on over to July. Effervescent, again, not clicking on that one. Again, we're not clicking on that one right now, but that's one to bookmark and circle back to in about 2 hours. And don't lie, I know you've got dirty movies in a box somewhere in your closet. All right, moving on to the week of July 7th. That's where the Elephant Man 4K sits in the release schedule. We've got The Evil That Men Do, starring Charles Bronson. I have actually already pre-ordered this one over on Amazon for $21.99. If you've seen any of my videos in the past, you know that I'm a really big fan of Charles Bronson. Growing up on the OG Death Wish movies definitely made Charles Bronson one of the biggest action stars, in my mind at least. The world's most savage executioner must answer to Bronson. Very cool. I believe I have that tape on VHS somewhere up here. I don't know exactly where it's at. I don't think I've watched it yet, although it seems like it's a good idea that I held out on watching that VHS tape because obviously it's coming out on Blu-ray in the near future. I'm definitely excited for that one. Whenever that comes in the mail, expect a TikTok video unboxing that one. Head over to Real Reserve on TikTok and you can see some more behind the scenes and shorter format content. Evil Dead 4K Steelbook 1981. Okay, $39.99. I don't hate that. Take a look at artwork. Very nice. Very nice, very cool looking. I'm sure all of our feeds are going to be absolutely full of unboxings of this release. Again, I'll probably have to jump on the boat and pick that one up as well. Is that Brian Bosworth, Stone Cold 1991? Let's take a look at that. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea that Brian Bosworth, aka The Boz, ever had a role in a movie. This is from 1991. Kino Lorber is putting this one out, $29.95, rated R. Take a look at that. A cop who enforces his own brand of justice. I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. Boasting a 7.1 out of 135 total ratings on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, which is very surprising. Also has a reversible cover, which is pretty cool. I might have to pick that up just for shits and giggles. I think that would be a funny movie to put on like a Friday night. And who knows, it could actually be really good and I have no idea what I'm missing. If you've seen Stone Cold, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. You could potentially save me $30. Week of July 14th, there's the Obsession 4K. Haven't seen that one in theaters. Seen a lot of people talking about it on TikTok, obviously. It's got a 7.8 out of 94 ratings on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes. Very cool. I might have to pick that one up. We'll have to see. Pre-order pending. Check back for updates. Uh-oh. Did you like Obsession? I saw the trailer for it and it didn't really provoke me enough to go to the theater and watch it. But like I said, I could be missing out on that one as well. The Mummy 4K, very nice. Hide and Go Shriek 4K 1988. Let's take a gander at that bad boy. Terror Vision 6.4, 42% popularity. Who's in that? Nobody I've ever heard of, but the cover art does look very cool on that. Close your eyes, count to 10, and run for your life, it says. There we go. Unrated version contains footage too shocking for the theatrical release. I don't know about that. The hiding under the bed kind of freaks me out a little bit. Okay, it looks like it's not available yet. 3,000 copies, so a limited run. Might be a good one. Raw 4K Steelbook, I am actually interested in that one. I thought Crawl was great. It definitely came through with a lot more than I expected. 6.8 out of 448 ratings. And actually, rather than pick up the Steelbook for $30, still a great option to pick up just the 4K regular release at $14.99. I think that's a hot deal. I'm not the biggest 4K collector. I tend to pick them up for movies that I really like, or if there's a good deal on them, so it could go either way on that. Nicolas Cage, Wind Talkers. There's the Mortuary Assistant on Blu-ray. I'm interested in that one as well. I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure I can go online and stream it, which I might end up doing before I pull the trigger on something like that. All the trailers look absolutely scary as shit. Again, if you saw that one, let me know what you think about it. I'm really interested in watching it and possibly picking it up on Blu-ray. 30 bucks, I don't love that. I'd like to get that bad boy in the $19.99 range or less. Savage Vengeance, let's check that out, 2023. That looks pretty cool as well. In this reimagining of Donald Farmer's 1993 cult classic, Tara and her friend Megan encounter a group of cannibalistic criminals on the run. I feel like with that, there's a good chance that's gonna be straight slop, but who knows? Falling Down 4K, the week of July 21st. Still haven't seen that one, even though I've seen a bunch of clips of it on TikTok and it looks like it's right up my alley. Just haven't gotten around to it yet for some reason. Looks like that's from Arrow as well. I don't see anything else in here that appeals to me or catches my eye. Go on down to the week of July 28th. Kill Bill, The Whole Blood Affair. I know there's a lot of anticipation for that to come out. Nightwatch 4K, that looks pretty interesting, as well as the Mangler 4K from 1995. Let's click on that bad Larry and see how it does. $54.98. Vinegar Syndrome, of course, that's going to come with a price tag. 5.6, 92 ratings. Written by Stephen King. Okay, you've got my attention on that. For 54, I think that's a bit steep, not having seen it before. Might be a good idea to go online and give that one a watch before making the investment. How about this Nightwatch 4K? Let's take a gander at that as well. Vinegar Syndrome, 1997, $54.98. Take a look at that front slip. Take a look at that. I don't know about you. That artwork looks pretty good to me. But again, 55 bucks, I don't know. With the Vinegar Syndrome stuff and all the boutique stuff in general, you really don't know. That movie could be absolute shit. And you've paid such a premium price tag for it. I've never seen it before, so I can't say for sure. To each their own. You might absolutely love this movie while the next person hates it, and that's kind of the beauty of the whole thing. Human Lanterns, the artwork on that looks pretty awesome. Van Damme Lionheart 4K, pretty cool. King Creole from 1958, interesting as well. Happy Hell Night 4K, 1992. So again, they're at that. Terror Vision, looks like one to keep an eye out for. Bay of Blood 4K, 1971, that catches my eye as well. Severn, 45.87, that doesn't make me too upset. Let's take a look at the slip. Awesome artwork, awesome artwork. That definitely helps to sell these boutique Blu-rays, in my opinion. Okay, looks like we've got a serial killer on the loose. Definitely one that I'll add to my list. In the Mouth of Madness 4K from 1994. This is Arrow 3802. That looks pretty interesting as well. Directed by John Carpenter. That's what I'm talking about, based off of H.P. Lovecraft. I know that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. If you have never actually sat down and read any H.P. Lovecraft, I highly recommend it. Although a lot of the language is pretty antiquated and archaic at this point, and it can be kind of hard to interpret due to the language differences of the time. However, I think the Call of Cthulhu is one of the scariest short stories ever written. If you can get past some of the odd language, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. Check it out. Like that rounds out that week, and then the week of July 31st, we have whatever in the hell that is. So it looks like we've got an awesome selection of horror movies coming out on 4K, going back to the late 70s, early 80s, all the way up to recent horror movies of the last few years. There are a few that have caught my eye that I need to go back and put into my Amazon cart or wish list so that I can keep track of them. I like to take movies and put them into a list on Amazon and then periodically go through that list and see what's on sale, grab a few out of it, and then continue adding to it as time goes on. If there's anything in this list that I went through that you're really excited for that maybe I didn't click on it or maybe I did, drop that down in the comments below. Let's start a discussion about it. I think it's really cool to see what everyone's excited for, given how taste varies from person to person. I think that's all we've got for Blu-ray.com. Closing up the iPad, I'm thinking about making this into a series where each video we cover the current month and the next month's releases. If you have any feedback about this style of video, let me know what you thought and what I can do better. This is a kind of video that I've been thinking of for a little while now, and I think it can help add a little bit of variety to the channel. If you've made it to this point in the video, thanks so much for watching. As always, do all the things that YouTubers ask you to do, like, share, subscribe, and all of that jazz, and I'll see you on the next one.